Hello, and welcome to the first ever Goliad Athletic Virtual Sports Banquet. I'm your Athletic Director, Kevin Salazar, and this evening we would like to recognize our athletes for their accomplishments throughout this year. Although it was cut short and many teams did not get to complete their seasons, our athletes have had great success and deserve to be recognized. Our students have worked very hard in the classroom, practices, and games. I would first like to thank and recognize some individuals. Our superintendent, Dr. Stacy Ackley, School Board President, Brandon Huber, Vice President, Trey Wimberly, Trustees, Destry Gritzmacher, Stephen Webble, Don Lee Gonzalez, Sheila Edwards, and Robert De La Garza. I would also like to recognize and thank our GHS Principal, Brandon Enos, our High School Assistant Principal, Tim Collins, our Middle School Principal, Sandy Fellers, our Assistant Principal, Ernie Gonzalez, our Elementary School Principal, Patricia Huber, and our Assistant Principal, Shelby Taylor. I would also like to thank our Goliad Athletic Booster Club for their countless hours of volunteer work for our student athletes. Last but not least, I would also like to thank Miss Amy Parr, our Athletic Secretary, for all of her hard work and dedication to Goliad Athletics. Thank you all for everything you do for our students and staff. We appreciate your support.
We humbly bow our heads and lift our grateful heart to you. Despite the current circumstance, we still express gratitude for everything you are doing in our lives. Today, we're blessed to take a moment to recognize young men and women for their hard work, dedication, and compassion for the Tiger community. Thank you, Lord, for the chance to compete and use our talent through sports. Not only that we're blessed for their athletic skills, we are also able to see the growth in their character and leadership. We find is that we are called to give our best and to finish the race while we're looking out for others along the way. We also want to share the blessing for the coaches, teachers, administrators, and staff for their commitment and passion for the kids. We also thank you for the parents and families for their time, patience, and guidance to our program. We ask you to continue to give us the strength, guidance, and direction for this and every day. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
I would like to introduce our 2019-2020 coaching staff, and would like to give a special thanks to their families for the love and support of Goliad Athletics. Drew Escamilla, Stacy Zamzo, Jason Solis, Patrick Sanchez, Patrick McKay, Dustin Moe, Garrett Adcock, Griffin Clary, Greg Carrera, Gordon Jones, Tim Canettle, Neil Tolbert, Jess Odom, Lindsay Youngblood, Kelly Hill, Elise Otwell, LaRue Tater, Amy Penzick, and our athletic trainer, Gary Hobbs. Thank you for all that you do for our student athletes.
My name is Paige Preston, and I am the cheer coach here in Goliad. This year I'm going to announce our JV and varsity cheerleaders. We have Ashlyn Davis. She was our captain. She was a 4-time varsity cheerleader and first-time All-American cheerleader this year. We have Aubrey Williamson, a senior. She's a 2-time varsity cheerleader. Madeline Wrights is a junior. She's a 3-time varsity cheerleader and a 3-time All-American cheerleader. Emily Whitehead is also a junior. She is a 2-time varsity cheerleader. Abby Motley Jr. is a 2-time varsity cheerleader. Julia Morris Jr., first-time varsity cheerleader. And Layla Brown was our mascot. She's a junior and a 1-time varsity cheerleader. Our JV is Daniela Sierra. She's a junior. Delaney Huber is a freshman. Mackenzie Hurd, a freshman. And Eden Brooks, also a freshman. We want to thank everybody for our season. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gary Hobbs. I'm the athletic trainer at Goliad ISD. Right now I'd like to acknowledge a group of kids that don't get a whole lot of recognition. They are my student trainers. They help make the Goliad ISD athletic program more enjoyable and more complete, and they spend countless hours in the training room supporting other sports, helping with rehab, icing, all the fun things they get to do. They can tell you more about it. First, I got Sierra Lujan. Sierra has been a student trainer here at Goliad for 4 years. I've spent 3 with her. She's been a leader to our program, and we'll miss her next year. Emily Hobbs is also a senior. She's been on the sideline next to me for the past 6 years, and I'm going to miss that next year. She's done a heck of a job help leading these kids. I have 2 that will be seniors next year. I have Claire Gonzalez and Grace Schubert. Between both of them, they've been trainers all 3 years I've been here, and they have a wealth of knowledge and understanding and leadership skills that it takes to run that student trainer program and to help out with the sports. I do expect that they will be leaders in the program next year, and they both do football. Grace does volleyball, Claire does softball, and they both help with the track programs. They help. They just spend tons of hours doing those things. The next group of my trainers are all just did this for 1 year. I got Ava Blevins, her first year. She also ran track and did some other things. She did an awesome job. I got Riley Bowl and Delaney Huber. They both played basketball and were great freshmen. I hope they work with me next year and help our programs out. I got Maria Perez, Christian Cabrera, and Allison Carbajal, who also ran track. These are great kids, and they made every one of our programs better. Now, ladies, I want to say thank you for all your help, all you did for the Goliad ISD program. And I look forward to working with most of y'all next year. And the 2 that are graduating, we're going to miss you a ton. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kelly Hill. I'm one of the assistant volleyball coaches, and I'm going to be introducing to you the freshman athletes and the sports they participated in. First up, we have Jalen Alegria. Freshman, she played volleyball, JV basketball, and JV softball. We have Elizabeth Atkinson. She played volleyball and JV softball. Cameron Boggle, JV and cross country. Riley Bowl, varsity basketball, academic all-district, and JV tennis. Eden Brooks, JV track. Allison Carbajal, varsity cross-country, JV basketball, and JV track. Grace Curry, JV track. Aaliyah Franklin, JV basketball, JV softball. Cynthia Hamilton, varsity powerlifting regional qualifier. Mackenzie Hurd, freshman volleyball, JV softball. Delaney Huber, JV basketball and JV softball. Teresa Justice, JV basketball and varsity track. Madison Kramer, varsity softball. Dayla Perry, freshman volleyball, JV softball. Michaela Pinson, JV volleyball, varsity basketball and JV softball. Natalie Powell, freshman volleyball and JV softball. Kaylin Pensick, freshman volleyball, JV basketball, JV track, and JV softball. Ella Ratliff, freshman volleyball and JV track. Samantha Royster, JV track. Ariana Segura, JV softball. Riley Tipton, freshman volleyball and JV tennis. Kylie Welch, varsity volleyball, honorable mention, academic all-district, and varsity softball. Alicia Williams, freshman volleyball and JV tennis. Leela Wilson, JV basketball, varsity track, and academic all-district. And Abby Yonta, varsity volleyball, second team all-district, academic all-district, varsity basketball, academic all-district, varsity golf, and academic all-district.
Hello, my name is Jason Solis. I'm the golf coach here at Goliad. I will be introducing the freshman male athletes. Jonathan Barraza, JV football, JV track and field. Gage Barrera, varsity football, first team all-district running back, JV baseball, JV track and field. Trevor Bennett, JV football, powerlifting. Jaleel Brown, JV basketball. John Kane, JV baseball. Joseph Council, JV football, JV basketball, JV track and field. Charles Dolly, JV track and field. Colton Duvall, JV football, JV baseball. Lavarius Gage, JV football, JV basketball, JV baseball, JV track and field. Aramis Garza, JV football, JV baseball. Zarek Guerra, JV football, powerlifting. Jacob Guerrero, JV football, JV baseball, JV track and field, and powerlifting. Ryan Herrera, JV football, JV basketball, JV track and field. Pete Jimenez Fernandez, JV basketball. Layden Latta, JV football, varsity basketball, JV track and field. Benjamin Nelson, JV baseball. Jorge Padilla Jr., JV football, JV track and field. Braylon Perry, JV football, JV basketball. Ryder Reyes, JV football, JV baseball. Hunter Williams, varsity tennis, academic all-district. Your freshman male athletes for Goliad ISD 2019-2020.
Hi, I'm Coach Youngblood. I'm announcing the female sophomore athletes for the 2019-2020 school year. Caitlin Alegria participated in JV basketball and varsity softball. Avery Amaro played JV volleyball, varsity basketball. She was academic all-district and JV track. Ava Blevins was a varsity powerlifter. She was a regional qualifier and state qualifier and participated in varsity track. Callie Boynton was a JV volleyball player, varsity basketball player, JV track, and played JV softball. Kelly Brandis played varsity volleyball, got honorable mention, and academic all-district. She was also varsity track, academic all-district. Paige Brown played JV softball. Tiffany Danish, varsity softball. Madison Guerra, JV track. Mackenzie Guerra, varsity softball, varsity powerlifting. Brooke Hart ran JV cross country and was academic all-district. Haley Hernandez ran JV track and was a varsity powerlifter. Brooke Jackson was varsity volleyball and received first team all-district and academic all-district and ran JV track. Jordan Jenneret was a varsity cross-country runner. Hannah Merklinger also ran varsity cross-country and JV track. Jaden Moore played varsity softball and varsity track. Emily Parker ran JV track. Jessica Portillo was a JV volleyball player and ran JV track. Destiny Saldana ran varsity track. Ashlyn Schaefer played JV volleyball and ran JV track. And Hallie Sumter played JV volleyball and was a varsity softball player. Rain Williams played JV tennis and was a varsity powerlifter.
All right, guys, I'm Coach Adcock, head baseball coach, assistant football. I'm going to announce the sophomore athletes, sophomore boy athletes. First up, we have Aiden Barrientes, varsity football, JV baseball, varsity track and field. Jamison Bloom, JV golf. Jose Castaneda, aka JJ, JV baseball. Jalen Collins, varsity track and field. Donovan Garcia, JV football and JV baseball. Hunter Garza, JV football. Kyle Gaskamp, JV football, varsity basketball, and varsity golf. Jimmy Hernandez, JV golf. Christian Martinez, varsity cross country and JV basketball. Angel Ojeda, JV football. Devontae Perry, varsity basketball, honorable all mention all district. Gene Ratliff, varsity football, football academic all district, varsity cross country, academic all district cross country. Powerlifting, varsity track and field, track academic all district, and JV tennis. Xavius Ringo, JV basketball, JV baseball, JV track and field. Reese Runke, varsity football, football academic all district, varsity track and field, track academic all district, varsity baseball, baseball academic all district. Adrian Valdez, powerlifting, regional qualifier. Walker Wimberly, JV football, powerlifting, and JV track and field. And Wesley Zappi, JV football, JV baseball, and JV track and field. Great job, guys.
Hi, I'm Coach Odom, and I'm going to be recognizing the junior girl athletes. We have Monica Baca, varsity tennis. Lauren Bond, varsity cross country, varsity track, academic all district. Sydney Boykin, JV softball. Carly Binger, varsity volleyball, district defensive specialist MVP, academic all district, varsity tennis, academic all district. Juliana Garcia, varsity softball. Sydney Goslin, varsity golf. Molly Henneke, varsity volleyball, district co-MVP setter, academic all district, co-setter of the year all area team, TGCA all-state team, alternate for TGCA all-star team, and a nominee for the Varsity Cup Award. Viviana Hernandez, varsity powerlifting, regional silver medalist and state qualifier, and varsity track. Carly Hill, varsity volleyball, first team all district, academic all district, first team all area, varsity track, academic all district. Gracie Hayfling, varsity golf, academic all district. Tangela Johnson, JV basketball. Haley Marbach, JV volleyball, JV softball. Julia Morris, varsity volleyball, first team all district, varsity track. Kylie Reed, varsity track. Madeline Wrights, varsity volleyball, second team all district, academic all district, varsity golf, academic all district, Victoria Advocate Advo Cup Community Excellence Award winner. Jensen Salji, varsity golf, academic all district. Sydney Somerville, JV track. Emily Whitehead, varsity track, varsity softball, varsity powerlifting, and regional qualifier. Macy Tenney, varsity basketball, varsity track. Marian Villalobos, JV volleyball, JV track. Kaylin Watson, varsity cross country, academic all district, varsity basketball, academic all district. Taylor Wisey, JV track, JV basketball.
I'm Coach Dustin Moe. I am announcing our junior male athletes. Cade Bednorse, varsity football. Caden Collins, JV football, powerlifting. Andre Davis, JV track and field. Cooper Dillard, varsity track and field, track academic all district, varsity baseball, baseball academic all district. Caleb Huber, varsity baseball. Jaden Jones, varsity football, varsity baseball, powerlifting, track and field. Clayton Klecker, varsity football, varsity track and field, track academic all district, powerlifting, regional qualifier, JV baseball. Peyton Luco, varsity track and field. Isaac Mendez, varsity football. Truman Miller, varsity football, varsity baseball. Devin Montoya, JV basketball. Tristan Rodriguez, varsity football. Paul Rojas, varsity football, varsity baseball, baseball academic all district, powerlifting, regional qualifier. Hayden Russell, varsity baseball. John Savoy, varsity football, football academic all district, varsity basketball, academic all district basketball, honorable mention all district basketball. Lane Schneider, varsity baseball. Garrett Young, JV football. Cutler Zamzo, varsity football, varsity track and field, track academic all district, varsity cup award nominee, track and field.
All right, I'm Coach Zamzo. I'm going to introduce all of our senior girl athletes. We'll start off Ellie Albright, varsity cross country, academic all-district and academic all-state. District champ, regional champ, 4th place at state in cross country. Varsity track, academic all-district and academic all-state. Holland Blum, varsity tennis, academic all-district, 2nd team, academic all-state tennis. Presley Blum, varsity tennis, academic all-district, honorable mention, academic all-state, tennis, varsity golf, academic all-district. Texas High School Coaches Association, academic all-state, 2nd team, and Texas Girls Coaches Association, academic all-state. Christian Boyd, varsity golf, Texas High School Coaches Association, academic all-state, 2nd team. Hannah Boyd, varsity golf, academic all-district, Texas High School Coaches Association, academic all-state, 2nd team. Texas Girls Coaches Association, academic all-state. Barbara Cosper, varsity cross country, academic all-district and all-state. Varsity tennis, academic all-district, 1st team, academic all-state. Victoria Advocate Varsity Cup Girls Tennis recipient. Ashlyn Davis, varsity volleyball, district MVP, academic all-district, 1st team all-area, played an area all-star game, TGCA all-state team, varsity track, academic all-district, and academic all-state. Varsity softball. Tammy Garcia, varsity track, academic all-district. Emily Hobbs, varsity basketball, academic all-district, varsity tennis, honorable mention, academic all-state, and varsity softball. Talia Jackson, varsity track. Lyric Rubio, varsity track. Shelby Slower, varsity basketball, academic all-district, varsity golf, academic all-district, Texas High School Coaches Association, academic all-state, Texas Girls Coaches Association, academic all-state, varsity tennis, 2nd team, academic all-state. Aubrey Williamson, varsity track, academic all-district and academic all-state. Brooke Yanta, varsity volleyball, 1st team all-district, academic all-district, played an area all-star game, varsity basketball, academic all-district, varsity softball, varsity tennis, academic all-district, honorable mention, academic all-state in tennis.
I'm going to introduce our senior boy athletes. Max Barnett, varsity cross country, regional cross country qualifier, varsity basketball, and varsity track and field. Jake Billow, varsity tennis, academic all-district, 2nd team, academic all-state, Victoria Advocates Varsity Cup Boys Tennis recipient. Jackson Boucher, varsity golf. Wesley Bowl, varsity football, varsity tennis, academic all-district in tennis. Logan Capistrand, varsity football, varsity baseball, varsity track and field. Jacob Castaneda, varsity baseball. Caleb Edwards, varsity football, 2nd team all-district free safety. Grant Garnett, varsity football, 1st team all-district linebacker, 1st team all-district running back, varsity baseball, and Victoria Advocate Varsity Cup nominee for football. Gunnar Garnett, varsity football, varsity tennis, honorable mention academic all-state. Emiliano Garza, varsity football, varsity basketball, basketball academic all-district, basketball honorable mention, varsity track and field, track academic all-district, and all-state honorable mention in track and field. Toribio Gutierrez III, varsity cross country, varsity track and field. Dustin Harrell, varsity golf, academic all-district, and academic all-state. Brandon Shane Henson, varsity football, 2nd team all-district defensive end, varsity basketball, varsity baseball, varsity track and field, track academic all-district. Curtis Huerta, varsity cross country. Lane Killen, varsity basketball. Matthew Maldonado, varsity cross country, varsity track and field, basketball manager. Alan Mendez Jr., varsity football, varsity basketball, 2nd team all-district basketball, and varsity track and field. Samuel Paredes, varsity tennis and academic all-district. Makai Perez, varsity football, varsity track and field, and varsity baseball. Xavier Perry, varsity football, first team all-district defensive tackle, powerlifting, regional silver medalist, and state qualifier in powerlifting. Benjamin Rowe, varsity basketball, honorable mention all-district. Alex Salas, varsity football, first team all-district center, and varsity track and field. Gunnar Schrady, varsity baseball. Jaden Segura, varsity football. Christopher Shockley, varsity football, varsity track and field, track academic all-state. David Stewart, varsity tennis, academic all-district. Bryce Vatek, varsity tennis. Justin Swazi, varsity tennis, second team academic all-state, academic all-district. Nathaniel Williams Jr., varsity football, varsity basketball. And Richard E. Barbo, varsity football.
Now for our Volleyball Fighting Heart and MVP awards. Our Fighting Heart is Julia Morse, and our most valuable players are Ashlyn Davis and Molly Henneke. And I would just like to take a second to thank our parents and our coaches as well as our community for all of your support.
Hello, my name is Coach Canetto, and I'm here to present the cross-country awards. The first one will go to the Fighting Heart Award for the girls cross-country is May Cosper. For the boys side, we will present the Fighting Heart Award to Matthew Maldonado. And for the most valuable player in the girls' side is Ellie Albright. Good job, Ellie. And the most valuable player for the boys' side is Max Barnett. Congratulations.
I'm going to introduce our Fighting Heart Awards for football. Fighting Heart Award goes to Caleb Edwards and Shane Henson. We have several MVP honors that have been broken up into special teams, defensive, offensive, and most valuable player. Our special teams MVP is Emiliano Garza. Our football offensive MVP is Alex Salas. Our football defensive MVP is Xavier Perry. And our most valuable player, football, is Mr. Grant Garnett. Congratulations, gentlemen.
I just want to say that this is my first year coaching girls, my first head job, and the year obviously didn't go as we expected, but I think that a lot of good things came from it. I want to say thank you all for coming to work every single day, and I can honestly say that we got better from day one to the end. At this time, I want to thank my three seniors, Emily, Shelby, and Brooke. I was y'all's fourth coach all 4 years, or the fourth different coach the 4 years, so thank y'all for sticking with it. I want to give Emily and Shelby our Fighting Heart Awards. Y'all came with effort, a good attitude every day, and that's highly appreciated, so thank y'all. And then Brooke Yonsa, MVP, thank you for all of the time and effort that you've put forth through into our basketball program. Thank y'all.
I'm Coach McKay. I'm the head boys basketball coach. Before I start, I want to recognize a couple of people. Max Barnett and Benjamin Rowe, great kids, great individuals, hard workers, will be joining the service, the Armed Forces. this summer. So I want to say congratulations to them. Emiliano Garza will be taking his talents to Victoria College to continue his basketball career. So we want to wish him all the luck, and hopefully he'll be taking a little bit of Goliad with him. The next thing is I want to recognize Fighting Heart Award recipients. I have co-Fighting Hearts. The first one, Emiliano Garza. And then the second one is Shane Henson. And then our MVP for the year is Alan Mendez. Thank you.
I'm proud to present our Fighting Heart and our MVP awards for both boys and girls powerlifting this year. For the girls, our Fighting Heart Award goes to 3 young ladies who all qualified for regional championships and one who qualified for THS WPA state championships as well. It goes to India Hamilton, Emily Whitehead, who both qualified for regionals, and Ava Blevins, who also qualified for the THS WPA state championships. For the boys, these awards go to 3 young men who also qualified for regional championships this year. The boys Fighting Heart goes to Paul Rojas, Clayton Klecker, and Adrian Valdez. For the girls' most valuable player, this goes to a young lady who finished second in the region. In going into the state championships, I firmly believe she would have had a chance to win it all. This goes to Viviana Hernandez. On the boys' side, our most valuable player was a young man who also finished second in the region and was headed to THSBA state championships, which was going to be in Abilene but was cut short, and that is Xavier Perry.
Hello, I'm Neil Tolbert. I'm the head tennis coach here at Goliad High School, and just a little recap of our season. We placed at a variety of tournaments, though we had an unforeseen and abrupt ending to our season. I'm here to hand out a few awards, the first one being the Fighting Heart Award. For the girls' side, our Fighting Heart recipient is Holland Bloom. For the boys, it's a co-Fighting Heart Awards. It is Justin Sweezy and Bryce Vatek. Our MVP girl, she had qualified for state twice and is tied with the school record for state qualifications. She is Barbara May Cosper. And our boy recipient of the MVP award has also qualified for state 3 times, and he's none other than Jake Billop. Thank you.
The golf awards for this year, for boys, the Fighting Heart Awards go to Jackson Boucher and Dustin Harrell. The MVP goes to Kyle Gaskamp. On the girls' side, the Fighting Heart Awards go to Presley Bloom, Christian Boyd, Hannah Boyd, Shelby Slover, and our MVP on the girls' side is Madeline Wrights.
Hi, I'm Amy Penzick, this year's softball coach, and I'd like to award Emily Hobbs this year for the Fighting Heart Award for softball. And for this year's co-MVP, we have Ashlyn Davis and Brooke Yonta. Congratulations, ladies. I enjoyed this season with you, even though it was cut short.
Next up, we're going to introduce the Fighting Heart Awards for varsity baseball. We actually have a co-Fighting Heart this year. First up is a young man that played a pivotal role in our shortened season this year. Played multiple positions, was always hustling like crazy, and very proud of this young man on how he played this year, Mr. Jacob Castaneda. Next up, we have a also very important part of our team this year. Also played multiple positions. Our Co-Fighting Hard Award also goes to Mr. Grant Garnett. Our most valuable player this year for varsity baseball goes to a young man who has been part of multiple playoff runs for Goliad baseball, has represented us very well. He's going to be sorely missed in the baseball program, and this goes to Mr. Gunnar Schrady. Thank you.
All right, now I'm going to give out the awards for our track season, which was cut quite short. Our Fighting Heart goes to Lauren Bond. Congratulations, Lauren. We had 3 MVPs, so I think at some point during the season went undefeated for our short 4-week season, and they are Ashlyn Davis, Ellie Albright, and Carly Hill. And congratulations to those 3 young ladies who I'm sure would have been at the state track meet had we not had COVID-19, but congratulations. Thank you.
I'm now going to introduce our Boys Track Fighting Heart Award. Fighting Heart goes to Christopher Shockley and Max Barnett. Our MVP in Boys Track goes to Cutler Zamzo. Congratulations, gentlemen.
I'm also going to present the Reuben Howell Hustle Award, which is a senior athlete who participated in several sports and excelled in all of them with a positive attitude toward their coaches and their team. This year's girl Reuben Howell Hustle Award goes to Brooke Yonta. Congratulations, Brooke, a well-deserved award.
Our special awards presentation for the Reuben Howell Hustle Award is a senior athlete who participated in several sports and excelled in all of them with a positive attitude towards coaches and team. And this year, the Reuben Howell Hustle Award goes to Mr. Shane Henson. Congratulations, Shane.
I am presenting the OG Copeland Award. This goes to the senior athlete who has the highest academic rank in the class. It is no surprise that this year it is going to our valedictorian, Miss May Cosper. Congratulations, May.
Hey, I'm here to deliver the OG Copeland Award. The OG Copeland Award is given to a senior boy athlete who has the highest academic rank in the class. The recipient for this award is Justin Sweezy.
Okay, now I will be presenting the Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award. It goes to a senior athlete who participated in varsity sport who exhibits personal traits of courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership while performing as an athlete at GHS. We have 2 athletes that won this award, Ellie Albright and Ashlyn Davis. Congratulations, girls.
The Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award goes to a senior athlete who participated in varsity sports and who exhibit personal traits of courage, poise, self-confidence, and leadership while performing as an athlete at GHS. Our U.S. Marine Corps Distinguished Male Athlete is Grant Garnett.
I'm Charlene Gaskamp, and I had the honor of being the 2019-2020 Goliad Athletic Booster Club President. I would first like to thank our other officers, Kristen Russell, Vice President, Kathy Dillard, Secretary, and Sammy Klecker, Treasurer. Goliad Athletic Booster Club works hard throughout the year to raise funds that go directly back to our athletes in the form of scholarships and donations to each sport. This year, our scholarships, the Kenneth and Pat Edwards Scholarship, is being awarded to Brooke Yonta and Emilio Garza. The Bob Schroyer Scholarship is being awarded to Shelby Slover and Wesley Bowl. Our Goliad Athletic Booster Club scholarships will be going to 4 athletes this year, with those being Grant Garnett, Gunnar Garnett, Justin Sweezy, and Logan Capistran.
This concludes our 2019-2020 virtual sports banquet. Athletes that have received an award, you will be able to pick them up at the same time that the high school hands out academic awards, which will be on May 15th from 10 to 12. It will be a drive-through style pickup of those awards. To our current and future Tigers and Tigerettes, this year is an example of never knowing when you will lace up your cleats for the last time, run your last race, take your last swing, or play your last match. Every day, strive to be your best and give it your all. You have been blessed with an opportunity to do something that you love, be a part of a team, and to learn many valuable lessons that come along in athletics. Lessons, values, and memories that you can take with you for a lifetime. And last but not least, I would like to thank our senior athletes. I know that this has been a difficult year due to COVID-19. Seniors, I want you to know that we appreciate all of your hard work and commitment. Thank you for being great leaders and role models for our younger athletes to look up to. Best of luck in your future endeavors, and remember, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Thank you all, and God bless each and every one of you. Good night.
Yeah, let's start this over.
That's awesome, dude.
Done. Out.
Yeah, tell me.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up. Okay.
Do I start off with my name and all that stuff or no?
I'm going to introduce, let me start over. Take two. Take two on that one. I'll put that right now.
Take two. Take three. Come on, Liz.
Oh my gosh. Come on, keep it going. She's gonna need my star bloopers reel.
Okay.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's still rolling.
Yes, go.
Oh, it's still rolling. Wait, you're stopping that. You're going on the bloops.
Definitely going on the bloops.
What's new?